Many of us look at our phones and tablets for hours a day, guilty as charged. But what does this blue light do to our eyes, and what effect does it have on our kids? For Eye Health Month, that's not easy to say, our health specialist Leah Sarich is here now to help us understand the hazards of blue light. I was talking about this in the studio earlier, and a number of people were saying they hadn't heard of this.
Right. So let's define what we're talking about then. So blue light is the light that's being emitted from all of our electronic devices. So their phones, the tablets, the computers, all of it. That's that blue light that's coming off of them. So really, there's no question that, of course, we're living in a digital age where we're using these devices all of the time, both adults and children. And in fact, studies show that 6 hours a day, that's what adults are doing, 6 hours a day. And children, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, 7 hours a day. Ooh. And let's be very clear, the Academy is recommending only 2 hours a day for children over the age of 2.
Right.
So significantly more than that's recommended.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons they're recommending that, of course, is because of this blue light. So this is the light emitted from these electronic devices, and as we're spending more and more time on our phones and tablets, optometrists are finding that there is a negative effect on our eyes.
70% of users, regardless of age, occupation, or lifestyle, will experience eye fatigue, eye strain, headaches, blurred vision, as well as some type of neck and back pain. So it's really important when you're spending time on a computer to be aware that you are being exposed to blue light. And in the short term, it's okay for us, but long-term exposure, certain studies are suggesting it can lead to cataracts and macular degeneration due to the toxicity to the retina causing cell death.
Damage to the retina causing cell death. So this is, of course, over the long term, but we're not giving this up anytime soon, right? So this is happening regardless of age. And, you know, Dr. Sunderji was telling me that parents are bringing their children into the clinic, and they're saying, you know, they're complaining of blinking too much, and their eyes are watering, and they're tearing. And, you know, the parents are thinking that this is an allergy, when in fact it's not an allergy. It is the effect of this blue light on the children's eyes. Yikes, yes. So not only is it affecting the eye and the eye health at all, but it's also affecting our sleep and wake cycles. So studies are now showing that chronic exposure to blue light at night is reducing the melatonin levels in our brains, the hormone that regulates the sleep and wake cycles.
Whoa.
Yeah, so major problems there for sure. So the question, of course, what can we do about this exposure?
That's right.
Right? So first of all, limit your exposure. So keep that in mind. Just be aware that the more time you're spending on your devices, the negative effect it's going to have, particularly in the children. So going back to that 2 hours a day, that is what's recommended for children. That is really the absolute limit we should be doing with our kids. Also, shut off your device 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. That's going to help with that interruption of the melatonin, something to think about there. And then the next time you visit your optometrist, make sure to discuss actually how much you're using your electronic devices.
It's really important to bring in some key information when you see your optometrist for your annual eye examination. And that includes logging in how many hours you're actually using the digital device, monitoring for symptoms and signs. It's also a good idea to bring your digital device with you when you come in for your eye exam, as we can determine how you're using the device. Now, if that's not possible, it's always a good idea to measure your eye to screen distance, and we can use that information to determine if you need any form of glasses.
So with those glasses, Dr. Sunderji tells me, there are lenses now that can actually reduce the exposure to blue light by 30%. That's one of them right there. And these same lenses will help with eye strain, eye fatigue, and will help relax the muscles of the eye while you're using the device.
Pretty eyes you have.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I thought I'd be a little eye model there today. But so this is just something else to think about, is that these lenses are available. They're an option. So if you're getting a new pair of glasses anyway, you might want to ask for this as an option to reduce that blue light. The other thing we always want to talk about when we're on our devices is the 20-20-20 rule. I've talked about this on the show before, but let's remind everybody what that is. So if you're on your device, every 20 minutes, take a break for 20 seconds and look at objects 20 feet away. That'll just give your brain and your eyes that break that they need.
20-20-20.
20-20-20.
And you know, good thing I need glasses, because then I could go get them outfitted this way.
So there you go.
The blue light. More on your blog.
Absolutely, more on my blog.
Health specialist Leah Sarich, thank you very much
You're
for
very welcome.
this. From blue light.